Alright, hello everybody, welcome to Theme Park Studio. Early access, download it from Steam, Thursday afternoon, right at noon, right when it went hot, and opened, and here we are. I've been looking forward to this game so much. I started building this park, and it's the best I've ever done. Because I've messed around with it a little bit, and I haven't had much success, but I've actually got something pretty nice going here. So you can see I got my entrance, or your ticket booth, or whatever you want to call it, and then I created this nice little scenic pathway going into this circle. So that's pretty cool. I decided to make a little pond here filled with a couple trees, and as soon as I made these couple buildings, I decided to stop and start recording for you guys. So yeah, this is Theme Park Studio. I've been so pumped up for this game because I'm a huge Roller Coaster Tycoon fan, and I've been waiting for a game to come out like this where there's nothing but customization. You know, a lot of people want the money management part, which is not going to be available for it at this point, but we could definitely see that in a future update. Not sure how soon, but that'd be cool as well. But I'm not as picky. I really like the sandbox stuff, so that's my favorite part anyways. So yeah, here we are in a little park I started. I'm gonna have to just go out and say it. It does seem like a pretty advanced software or system or game, or whatever you want to call it. But you just gotta play around with it and you'll learn it. It's actually simpler than what you'd probably think it is. As you can see, I like the stalls. They're pretty nice. So it's pretty cool. One thing I don't really like are the sidewalks that come with it. That's why I don't have any. I don't know. They're just I found a little bug on them where at the end of it that's untextured and you can see right through it. Kind of a little annoying to me, but I like using these hedges kind of at the edge. It's really cool. But let's get down to it. Enough gab. Let's get into some building here. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about paths first. I'm going to make a path here, coming from right here. So let's go here. And if you want to continue where you left off or something, you click build path. It's a little easier. But since I want to go connect from right here, we're going to have to click on here and go to basic path. As you can see, this pops up. As you can see, it's kind of confusing, and I have snap on right now, so kind of get exactly where I want it. As you can see, it's kind of like, where do I put this thing? Well, all you gotta do is hold down control, go around the middle of the path, and it'll latch right onto it. Very useful tool right here. Right there, you click, and then you add your second nod wherever you want to put it. So obviously I have it on snap, so it's going to snap to a grid, so it's making it curvy, which I kind of want it to be curvy anyways. But we're going to take snap off, which is this button right here. Enable snap and disable it. So we'll take that off and we can freely move this around. I want a path going about right here. And now you can press escape to exit out. And if you didn't notice, after random times I use the control keys, or the WSAD, and it'll make that annoying beeping sound sometimes, which I hope they fix. It's kind of annoying. I'm going to go to the rotate tool, and you can rotate this to whatever you want. Paths properties seem to come up every single time you click on a path, which can be annoying sometimes. There you go. And I always, after I do something, I always just go to bolt and go to all. Bolting, make sure you don't move anything in your park, which means you cannot move this right now. It is bolted. As you see, a message comes up saying the object is bolted and it cannot be moved. You can unbolt it and edit it when you want to. So really good thing there that they have that in that. So very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and add sidewalks to this pathway, because this is kind of like our off path, and this is our little circle. As you can see, you can add fences on the left and right, or you can take them off, and then you can make the road size, the sidewalk size. We want the sidewalk to be pretty small, at least I do, even though I don't like the sidewalk. We're gonna add it. I'm just showing you guys. So, and do we want some fences? Yeah, let's keep the fences. I'm hoping when the full game comes out, they'll have more than just this fence, because I'm not a big fan of this fence. But with being customizable and custom scenery, being able to add a lot of custom scenery, you shouldn't have too much of a problem there. So right here, I'm going to add a flat ride. And also in early access, they do not have all the features, if you didn't know. Especially a big thing that they're missing is roller coasters. You cannot add coasters at this point. Just a couple flat rides. Obviously, I'm really sure they'll have more flat rides available when the time comes. But this is what they have right now. We're going to go with this barn ride, or Thunder Bob's ride as some call it. And you can, I'm just going to place it down. And when you use the rotation, you just hold down Alt and go a direction, and it'll go like that. I want it right here. So we're going to place it down, and I'm going to exit out of that. We're going to rotate this thing where I want it. Go left and right to rotate. And then after that, we're going to want to move object. And move it here and get it exact as possible. And wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Oh, it's up and down on rotate. Never mind, not left and right. There we go. And now we got a nice path going to our first ride, which is the Barnstorm, which we'll get more into that in a second. So as you can see, I added some trees, which you can scale. Really cool tool. They've done a really great job. I got frustrated at the beginning because I didn't know how to do anything, but now getting used to it a little bit, it's coming together pretty nicely, and it's actually working out a lot better than I thought it would. So after messing around with it for a couple hours, next thing I'm going to show you guys is the color texture tool, whatever you want to call it. This is where you can color any object in the game or texture it. So we're going to change the texture of my path. So we're going to click on, you have your different selection, or different like your tabs here. Brick, stone, pavement, tiles. So we're going to go pavement. And the one I like is the cracked one. And then you can just select on a piece of path or sidewalk even. So you can see it says road sidewalk. You can click on it and it will change it. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and click this for my entire path. And that's why you want to bolt it, because it accidentally thinks you want to move it, which we don't. And I learned that very fast. You're always going to want to bolt stuff, because you'll accidentally move it all the time if you don't. So we're going to make our entire road this. And I think it's a little bit too light. How can we fix that? Well, pretty simple. All we're going to do is go to the color here, and we're going to want to select It's dark gray, maybe. Click the little button there. And now you're just going to click on the road and see how it completely turned to that dark gray. And I really like this color for pavement for a park, so it's really cool. And you can also use on rides. You can get really into the details and just this. Obviously, you can go to the different cars here, and just there's a lot of different things you can select here in the on rides, including the pad, which we'll probably use a texture here. We'll use the cracked pavement, and there we go. So it matches our pathway. So that looks really cool. So yeah, this is a really, really helpful tool to have. Is that because you can do it on almost anything, or pretty much anything. As you can see, I can do it all over this. Buildings like this aren't very customizable, unfortunately. I don't even think you can change any color. It just kind of changes the brightness, which I don't know about it, but. And I'll also do that path right there. And as you can see, everything blends in nicely now. Everything looks good. And let's say I want to change the sidewalk as well. Well, let's see what textures we have. Let's go with a brick type style. And I want a red gray brick. Let's see what that looks like. And that's what that looks like. I kind of like that. That's cool. So we'll keep it on that. And then while you're doing that, press escape. You can get out of the color selection. It took me a while to figure out. Otherwise you'll be coloring stuff on accident. Which we don't want that. So this is our park. There's not much in the early access, but besides a couple of shops, buildings, pathways, sidewalks, a couple trees and plants, and trash cans, benches, lights, or path lights, and a couple flat rides. You know, that's about it. There's not much we can do, because if you go to a coaster here, everything is grayed out, and you can't do anything. But you can kind of look at, see, this is train, station, track, support, build, ride, so pretty much stuff like that. But this is probably the best park I've made so far from scratch. That's pretty cool. Also, you can mess with the terrain, obviously. I haven't showed you guys that. So we have the terrain, and you have a lot of different presets to choose from here. Hills are always nice. I use the hill here to create that. And you see how big it is? If you want to scale it down, you just hold down Control, and then the left mouse button, hold that until you get to the size you want. That really helps. And if you want to go make the hill upward, you just click normally, like so. If you want to invert it and go downward, you press Shift and go downward. And now you can click Smooth if you want to, which we're going to do here. And it'll smooth the terrain out to make it really nice. And I believe there's a flatten tool to completely just flatten. Level flatten. Something like this, I believe. And it will flatten the terrain for you, like it did right there. Kind of. You know, I still have to learn what is going on here. See, that's interesting. But, yeah, anyways, that's the terrain tool. I haven't messed with it too much, but you can also go to your water settings, and you have to set the level. So when you can actually flood your park if you want, which would be kind of weird. You can also change all these settings, which is really cool. You have water scale, which means you can make it like so, and I can make it look like it's real wavy like that. Speed, you can slow it down if you want, so doesn't look like it's going as fast. And then you got your height level, obviously, which is really cool that you can edit the water that way and make it look the way you want it. Also, you can paint the terrain, which I forgot to show you guys. You can texture it. Here's your textures. And you can load different textures into the game. And you have all your files here that you can use. Pretty cool. So, yeah, overall, there's a lot of potential into this game. For being an indie game, I haven't found any major bugs yet. I found a couple small ones, but you know, I hope they make intersections on paths just a little bit easier. Like if you're using the sidewalks, it'd be cool if they made that a little bit more simpler. That's about it. But we'll see more when more features come into the game. So at this point, we just don't know much. And, yeah, I'm having fun playing this game, or software, as some might call it, or whatever you want to do. Call it, sorry. It's real late, I'm tired, and, man. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'm definitely going to have a lot more Theme Park Studio videos when they update it, and if I really get this park going, I'll definitely come back to this park later when I have more stuff for you guys. So thanks guys for watching. Have a great day and an even greater tomorrow. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.